going on, guys? It's Wade here at 129 Touge, and today we're going to be talking about some of the small steps that you can make to get yourself on track for the very first time. Going to track days can be a really big thing, especially if it's your first time. And when you go, you have a lot of anxiety and you're really nervous about a lot of stuff, and a lot of people don't know what to do. So in this video, I'm going to show you what you can do to make that a successful track day and have a great time. So step number one, you need to find a track that you want to go to. For me, it was Road Atlanta. We went to Formula Drift Road Atlanta back in 2016, and then after playing Forza Motorsport 5, Forza Motorsport 6, a bunch of different simulators, I was like, you know what, my first track day has to be at Road Atlanta. So I did. Went to Road Atlanta's website, and luckily enough, Road Atlanta had a bunch of HPD organizations that were on their website showing what schedules they would have. And it was S is the Summer was my first event with Jzilla Track Day. If you guys want to check out Jzilla Track Days, the links to them will be down below in the description. It's a really good way to get yourself on track, especially for the first time by using one of their car control clinics. It really allows you to get out there and learn what you have on your car and what your car is all about in a really safe environment. But yeah, my first track day was with Jzilla Track Days at Road Atlanta, and I had a great time. Now, it was a lot to learn, it was a lot to take in, but at the end of the day, we came home with a clean car, and it was a really good time. So, you found your track, and luckily enough, my track wasn't too far away. Now, I'm not saying you can't go like from Tennessee all the way to Laguna Seca. That's no big deal at all. You go where you want to go. But for me, not having a trailer, and that's what this video is about, by not having a lot of equipment, that way you can just get in your car and go. So for me, having a track 3.5 hours away wasn't bad at all, so it was pretty good. Okay, step two, you need to plan your trip. You need to find out where you're gonna stay at, where you could possibly eat at. So it's always good to look into that, especially where you're gonna stay at, because the morning of the event, if you're not staying on track, you wanna make sure that you're there and never miss a driver's meeting. That's huge. Doing the research beforehand and booking where you want to stay at is really big too. That way you're not getting down there that night and searching for a place to stay. Number three is actually checking your car. And with a lot of HPD programs, they have a tech sheet that you have to fill out regardless to get your car on track. Most HPDs supplement you with a tech sheet that you can fill out or take to a certified shop. It's good to do these because one, you're also going to be tracking the car that you need to inspect and make sure everything's tip top, and also to get you down to the track. You'd hate to get down to the track and something go completely wrong. That's going to cause you loss of time and having a good time and track time. So it's always good to print out the tech sheet, go through the car, make sure everything is really good to go, check your wheel bearings, check your tire pressure, check your oil, make sure all the coolant and stuff's good. That's the big things, but the tech sheets themselves will have you go through every single thing and make sure your car is really spot on. So next thing you need to do, and something that you can just put in that Camaro for itself, is some supplies. So when you get down to the track, regardless of where you go, even if you're just going out there to have a little bit of time, most likely you'll have to do maintenance. Whether that being a wheel, just rotating your tires if you're a squared setup, or just doing a brake pad change at the track. Having the tools to be able to get under the car or pull wheel off is huge. And you really don't need that much. If you just go out and get you a small bag like this, put your impact and some of the small sockets and wrenches that you'll have to use for the event, you should be good to go. And it's always good to have some of the key tools that you're going to use at the track event. If you use it a lot at home, bring it with you. That way when you're at the track, you don't lose any time and you can get your car still on track. Another thing with tools, having a small jack, one that you can buy at Harbor Freight that's got a little handle on it, just something really small, lightweight. That way you can jack up your car and bring at least 2 jack stands for safety, just in case. A good thing about that can all fit in that car and most cars. Like a Honda Fit, it has a ton of storage in it, so most people are actually tracking a lot more hot hatches now, so this makes it even better to bring more supplies and tools to the track. But regardless of what you have, having these key items that's small will be effective at the track day. So next thing, I probably should have said it in the beginning of the video, but it's going to have a huge endpoint, is going over the rules and the regulations for the track day or the HPD that you're going to. It's always good to refresh yourself through rules and regulations of the track day or the HPD that you're going to be at. So it's really good homework to do, regardless if it's flags or where you're going to be actually staying at on the track. It's good knowledge to know, that way when you get there that morning, you don't lose any track time at all. Knowing the rules and what's going to happen at the track day or the HPD that you're going to is huge, not only for you, but for the organization that's hosting it. This is going to make it way smoother for them and way smoother for you. That way you can get on track and have a blast. Okay, this could be the biggest thing, and I wanted to put it at this part of the video that we were working up to it, the driver's meeting. Regardless of where you go, do not miss the driver's meeting. When we go to a driver's meeting, there's always that one person that misses it, and don't be that person. I don't care if they call it on the intercom. If you can get up there before they even call it, just sit up there and hang out, have a good time, get to know some of the staff that's going on, check out some of the cars. Do not miss the driver's meeting because it is huge. It's going to tell you what you need to do, what's going on for the track environment, and what all is going to be happening for that day. So do not miss the driver's meeting. Driver's meeting is huge. And last but not least, and I'm probably missing a few things, but this is one of the key things I'm going to say, is just go out there and have fun. Now obviously there's going to be a lot of learning curves that's going to be thrown at you, especially for your first track day, but the whole point of it is to get out there and take in knowledge. If you make a mistake, that's the best thing that can happen, because what you're going to do is bring knowledge back with you when you do that. Go out there, have fun, take in everything that you can, and bring your car back home nice and shiny. I remember my first time on track, I went out of the pit lane on Road Atlanta, and I was going up towards turn 2 and 3, and I was just mesmerized by how wide the track was compared to anything that I drove on a simulator before. And I remember my instructor just like looking at me like, what is this guy doing? And I look over, I was like, oh yeah, I'm on the tracks. You're gonna get blown away, you're gonna have a lot of anxiety, you're probably gonna be nervous, but that's the best thing about the track day, because that's what makes it exciting. I remember at the end of my track day, I had a lot of knowledge and I felt my head was spinning around, but I did have a great time. And when I came back home, I was like, wow, the amount of knowledge that I brought home with me and put into my car in a daily driving aspect and spirited driving aspect, or just for my next event that I was going to, is huge. And it's a great learning curve and something that everyone should experience if you're a car enthusiast. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 200 subscribers. And I do appreciate all the feedback that we've had on the last videos. That means a lot, guys. Thank you so much. We've been working really hard, and we do have a lot of mistakes, so we need to get a mic for itself. And like right now, I could probably use a mic for this video, but we'll get that very soon. It all comes in time. But I want to say thank you guys for watching the video. If you want to see more about track days or HPDs, let me know down below, or if you have any questions. And if you have something you want to add in, put it down below. But thank you guys for watching, and as always, keep hitting the pass. We'll see you next time. Most HPDs supplement you with your own HPD